Hey there ladies and gents, Pops here. Welcome back to Judith Plains in Farming Simulator 2025. We are standing here at Big Sky Acres Farm. Whoa, that's maybe a little bit close to the road, Pops. Let's cross over and get out of the way. Okay, so last episode we got up the clover and the alfalfa from that field there and that field there and got them over to the silage fermenter. We now have 3 fields left to harvest on what is effectively our first month before we can start planning our life out. I'll take you over to see the first one. So just a quick reminder, huge map, it's a 4x4 map. So if you imagine halfway across there down to halfway down, that is your usual size of map in the simulator. This is 4 times the size, so there is going to be plenty to do. It also means that these fields look relatively small. Some of them are massive. That's nearly 55 hectares, that. I mean, that's just a huge field. So yeah, don't be deceived by what look like relatively small fields. So anyway, I'm whittling on already. We have done that one and that one have been mowed, and silage is on its way. Silage we will use ultimately with cows. This one requires harvesting, as does this one, as does this one. So those 3 are the next things I'm going to do. Today we're going to look at this field here, which again deceptive in size because that's 8.5 hectares, so it's quite a decent sized field. So let's just go and have a quick look at it. So this is the field in question, full of lovely, ripe, ready to harvest canola. While we're up here, get the lay of the land. Towns over there, motorway, and then there's over down here there's another town which we'll explore all this at some point. There's another farm over there which again we will look to owning at some point, but for now we have our setup here. So the big barn, grain silo, corn dryer, that's where the mower is. This is where the harvester is. We've got implements in there including the auger wagon. That's a cow shed, that's just a little shed. That's a sheep barn, more on that at some point because we are going to have sheep. Another cow shed, and then some various big chunky bits of plains and prairies equipment in there with the silage fermenter. So it's a decent sized setup. We are going to look at chickens, sheep and cows over a period of time. Maybe pigs, but not in the near future. Okay, anyway, I digress. Well, we're supposed to be showing you this field. Oh, and that's the BGA, which doesn't belong to us yet, but is only accessed through our farm. So I might charge a rent for using the road. So this field. Now, the big noticeable elephant in the room about this field is that it would appear to be surrounded entirely by a train track. And what happens is the trains come in, let's get further over, look at it from the other way around. Trains come down here. They scoot round the field, stopping here, which is where they can be doing their business, and again that's something we'll look at in a future episode. They then disappear off down here, which is all lovely and well and good, except we have a field we want to get into, and there is, as far as I can see, two ways of doing that. One is to, and this is probably the official way, is to drive through the farm, through the BGA here, and then you can come across here into the field. That is obviously designed to do that. Further up here, there is also an area where the track appears to have a bit more coverage. You can't see the sleepers. It's been levelled out with a load of gravel, so we can use that to cross as well. That I'm guessing isn't an official crossing point, but we can certainly drive down here, cross over the track and access it that way. So this is the plan, this is what we're going to do. So we need obviously a harvester, the header to go with the harvester. We need the auger wagon down here, and we need something to transport the canola, which I'm not sure I know what I'm going to do with yet, but we might be just selling it because we need to make some money somehow, and the other crops we might need to start stocking up for animals, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So firstly, harvester, which is parked in here. Right, mind your ears, these doors are so loud. It's a great noise, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our harvester. We need to obviously take the corn header off it. I want to use this shed, so I might have a home for headers outside. It's a possibly temporary measure. So let's just get rid of the corn header. Look at this beast. That is awesome. Okay. I'm thinking this is probably a bit tight. Yeah. Okay, let's take this down here. I'm gonna fairly unceremoniously dump this head out. We're going to drive this through the BGA. Obviously, having made special arrangements with the owners to do so. If they don't let us drive through here, we won't let anybody drive through our land to get to their BGA, so bit of a winner for them. Not that there appears to be a huge amount of traffic in the BGA. Okay, I would like you to just sit there for the moment. And in the meantime, we are going to grab the header. See where we are. Well, grab that header like so. And then we're going to move this. But this time, we'll go through the BGA. This slightly dodgy crossing area. There we go. Bloke's a genius. Jump out of there. Jump into there, start her up. Just back that out, just make sure there isn't a train coming anywhere soon. Okay, we can turn that one off, jump out. The harvester. We'll open her up. Again, just checking for trains. Lower her down. Switch her on. Okay. I'm just going to put this on course play so that we've got a record of this course, and so that I can go and bring some other stuff up here. So let's have a look. Settings, number of headlands 2. I think we will do the headlands first because we are harvesting. I don't think there's anything else. No. Just let course play do its thing. Yep, that looks about what we need. Okay, so we want to start at the first waypoint. Temporary course we've just put in. I do want to back it up a bit because I think it's probably past that first waypoint, so otherwise it will spend an extraordinary amount of time trying to back out, turn round to get 3 feet backwards. And let's go. Johnny D. According to courseplay, that is going to take 49 minutes and 30 seconds. Train coming, good timing. So yeah, let's all sit here staring at this screen for the next 49 minutes. I'm going to have a little bit of a play with this Ford, not because it's the right tool for what we're going to do. In fact, it's completely ridiculous for what we're going to do, just because it's beautiful and we haven't really done anything, and using Big Roy to do what I'm about to do would be more ridiculous. So yeah, let's just take a moment. It is lovely. Okay. And despite the fact that it's got the horsepower of a small town, all we're going to use it for is dragging that auger wagon to the field. In line, do you think? Yeah. See, I actually thought it would look really ridiculous, but it doesn't. That's a huge auger wagon. Just looks really cool. Yeah, let's not fight our way through there. Let's bulldoze our way across the train tracks. Park up down here where we've got a bit more space, and then the only other thing we need is I think we'll bring the forage wagon down because it's a TARDIS one, and just see if we can unload from this auger wagon into the forage wagon, which would mean we'd have a lot less trips to do with wherever we're going to trip to. Okay, just turn that off. Let's have a run over to the harvester. Where has he gone? It's there. Run over to the harvester and see how it's doing. Okay, so we have completed sort of 80% of the first headland, and we have 88% full tank. So it's looking like it's not quite going to make it around the first headland before it's going to need emptying. The second headland will obviously be shorter because it's inside the first one. No idea how the maths works on that, but it does. So I think that'll probably be another round for another tank full. Ah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, isn't it, when I've just driven the organ wagon all the way down the other end. Let's go get it. Okay. Oh. Turn you around. So we have, that was one complete full harvester load. We'll just see what that equates to in terms of auger wagon, because I can't remember what size it is. Once we've finished messing about with didn't need to do that. Move this out of the way. Not quick enough, obviously. Oh my word. That's one good AI driver. Despite his mistake, straight back in there. Didn't even blink. Mate, you gotta give me time to get out of the way. Okay. Auger wagon. 33%. So 3 harvester fulls is going to be an auger wagon full. So now we just need to get down here the forage wagon where we can transfer from harvester to forage wagon. I'm just wondering whether we need the auger at all, but you know, let's stick with it. Let's get this pulled in. Always forget to put the beacon lights on. It's a bit late now, isn't it? Turn the indicators off. Right, okay. So the first thing I want to know is whether the forage wagon can be loaded from the auger. I don't see why not. Okay, let's just position that a bit better. Train coming. Choo choo. Beautiful. So in the meantime you will have noticed that that didn't work at all. That needs to go back in its little cubby hole. Won't take the... won't take the grain from the auger into a forage wagon. Every day's a school day. What it does mean is we're going to need to go and get the big truck and semi-trailer and do it properly instead of trying to fudge the system. Right, let's go to get the truck. Engine's running. Turn it off. Beacon lights are still on. Turn them off. Are they off? Yep, okay. So, take two. In here. We have one of these. Is that attached? I don't think it is. Yes, it is. So as we are supposed to do in the first place, we're going to take this to the field and we're going to use the auger wagon to fill this up, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do with our canola. The harvest has started the ups and downs, having done 2 headlands. We've got 2 full harvester loads in the auger wagon. What I think is really interesting is the truck with the big semi-trailer on the back, which you'd normally see out on the road and you think, yeah, that's a massive piece of machinery. When you look at the size comparison and how big the Ford and the auger are, it's yeah, they're huge. Obviously if you are watching this from especially somewhere like the American Midwest where you have these big bits of machinery, you'll be going, what the hell is he talking about? Where I'm from, there's about 80% of the non-motorway dual carriageway type roads wouldn't be big enough for that to go down. That's why we have little cars, little bits of equipment, and farms that have hedges and walls and things. Yeah, welcome to the UK. In my case, rural Lincolnshire in the UK. So we're full again. Oh, we need to be a bit closer than that. Oh, blimey. We should be able to fill this up. Set the cruise control up, so I'm going to try and keep up with it in this Ford, which takes a lot to get going. Good. Like 15 gear changes to get moving. %. There we go. Now we're going to take this down to the wagon. Is that going to clear the top of the cab? Yeah, we'll say yes. Okay, let's see how much one auger wagon goes towards filling this little beauty up. So that's the front half. It's going to be the other way around. The capacity on the semi-trailer isn't as big as the auger wagon. Oh, maybe. So one auger wagon. Yeah, does 78% of the semi-trailer, so we can put a little bit more in. Let's just top her up a bit. In the wagon. Get it in the wagon. Come on, boss. You can do this. You can't. There we go. That's it. Got ourselves sorted out. Take it down the other end and we'll do another. In fact, we may as well keep going until we fill the auger wagon and then we can sort out what we're doing from there. Okay, we are going to just finish up filling the trailer. And then we'll have a look, see what we're going to do with Canola. Take this back over to where the harvester is. We can wait for it to keep doing its thing. Let's park that there a second. Just go back here. So, what are we doing with it? The answer to which is we shouldn't really be doing a lot with it at all, because with the exception of July, here in August it's about as bad as it gets price wise, and December it is considerably more. So we just need to for the moment be putting this into storage, and then trying to remember that in December we need to get rid of it, get it sold. Okay, so I've not actually tried taking this through the BGA, so this might be a little bit of a bad idea, but let's yeah, it's a bad idea. Let's forget that for the moment. Take it out the way we brought it in. Which was through the unofficial area with the gravel on the tracks. There we go. Right, so don't even know if this goes in here, does it? Can we do this without taking the core dryer out? Can if we're a better driver. That's the that would seem to be the fall down point in my plan, is the quality of the person driving the truck. Go. Move away from that corn dryer because it's quite loud. Right, we're emptied out. Back in the field. Just as a mention, oh, we need to unload. But just as a mention, obviously on this semi-trailer, various other ones, there are 3 compartments, and it sometimes isn't immediately obvious how you get them to change, and it's Control U on PC. So if you drive over the grain silo point, your dump icon, so your eye will come up when you're over the appropriate place. But then if you drive forwards so that the next compartment is over the correct place, you won't see the dump icon until you switch to the correct bin, and that is Control U. For some reason it took me a long time to work that out. Hi train. It's a very fine looking train. Okay, we're very nearly there. Look, we've only got this very last patch to do. Get that last bit done. Then we can get the rest of the canola put away for December. And then we'll move on to the next job. There we go, Courseplay has finished with us. Let's get this ready to go to the next field. There we go, it's a bit of a hit and hope, but we got there. Spin round a bit. Empty her out. Jolly good, we can close this up. And that is now ready to go with this off to the next field. Which is going to be dum-de-dum-de-dum. Need some lift music or like green sleeves or something. It takes so long to save. Okay, next field is going to be 95, which again is over 8 hectares, so it's another big field, but a little bit more straightforward in that it's a little bit more straight. So hopefully we'll crack on with that next episode. And then 102. So for now I am gonna get the auger wagon emptied into the trailer, get the trailer emptied into the silo, get all the equipment over to the barley field. That is all for another day. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I will see you all again soon. In the meantime, please be good, please stay safe.